Hare Krishna. I welcome all of you and seek all of your blessings who are assembled here. Narayani Mataji, Anushya Mataji, Archana Mataji, CM Radha Mataji, Hare Krishna, Divya Mataji, Chandana Mataji, Dr. Sri Lekha Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Dandavat pranams, Prabhuji.
Kripamai Mataji, Hare Krishna. Meenakshi Narsimha Chandrika Mataji, Hare Krishna. Padma Mataji, Rukni Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat pranam. Hare Krishna.
Sri Lekha Mataji, Sharmila Mataji, Shobha Mataji, Shuma Mataji, Sunila Shri Radha Devi Dasi, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Swati Mataji, Vasudha Mataji, Hare Krishna. Dandarats Pranam to all of you. Happy to be here after some time. So, who wants to read this shloka? Anybody is having their birthday or anniversary in this month, December month?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I just now finished Prabhuji.
Yes, your birthday, Mataji.
It was on 10th Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Jai, please read the shloka today.
Okay, sure Prabhuji.
Mataji, was it 38? 38 to 38, no?
31st, Prabhu.
31st.
38 to 41. Sorry, Prabhu. 38 to 41.
Okay, you gave me a shock of life. Okay. Anyway, I didn't see the shloka today. I'm seeing first time, no problem. Go ahead.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Yogeshwara Uchu Preyana Tenyos Tenotsya Mutaswai Prabho Vishwatmani Kshena Prathagya Atmanaha Athapi Bhaktesha Tayopadhavata Mananya Vrityanu Grahana Vatsala. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Shobha Mataji. Will be able to read the translation.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada Jai.
Is seeking blessings of your son. First wedding day. Hari Bol.
Hari Bol, thank you Prabhuji, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Dandavat Pranam.
Yes.
Translation. The great mystic said, Dear Lord, persons who see you as non-different from themselves, knowing that you are the super soul of all living entities and certainly very, very dear to you. You are very favorable toward those who engage in devotional service, accepting you as the Lord and themselves as the servants. By your mercy, you are always inclined in their favor. Haribol Dandavats Prabhuji, thank you.
Sarika Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, please.
Purport by Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Prabhupada Ki Jai. It is indicated in this verse that the monists and the great mystics know the Supreme Personality of Godhead as one. This oneness is not the misunderstanding that a living entity is equal in every respect to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This monism is based on pure knowledge as described and confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 7.17. Priyo hi jnanino tirtham aham sacha mama priyaha. The Lord says that those who are advanced in transcendental knowledge and know the science of Krishna consciousness are very dear to him, and he also is very dear to them. Those who are actually in perfect knowledge of the science of God know that the living entities are superior energy of the Supreme Lord. This is stated in Bhagavad Gita 7th chapter. The material energy is inferior, and the living entities are superior energy. Energy and the energetic are non-different. Therefore, energies possess the same quality as the energetic. Persons who are in full knowledge of the personality of Godhead, analyzing his different energies and knowing their own constitutional position, are certainly very, very dear to the Lord. Persons, however, who may not even be conversant with knowledge of the Supreme Personality, but who always think of the Lord with love and faith, feeling that he is great and that they are his parts and parcels, ever his servitors, are even more favored by him. The particular significance of this verse is that the Lord is addressed as Vatsala. Vatsala means always favorably disposed. The Lord's name is Bhakta Vatsala. The Lord is famous as Bhaktavatsala, which means that he is always favorably inclined to the devotees, whereas he is never addressed anywhere in the Vedic literature as Jnani Vatsala. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhupada.
ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरोन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देगं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुधापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवां च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितं च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमदे भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरतिशे नमः ये कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरो दीनदारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरं हरिः ओं तत्सत् नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय पुतले श्रीमते जयपताका स्वामी नामिने Hare Krishna. Once again, I welcome all of you for this today's Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Happy to be here. And probably today we will discuss little different topics than the main theme what Prabhupada is talking about. Of course, it's all Prabhupada themes. Now what's happening is you're all seeing that in the sacrificial arena, Vishnu has come and all the great personalities started glorifying them. So these are Yogeshwaras, some of the yogis, they're all glorifying Krishna. Now, there is a wonderful verse Prabhupada has given. So, he says, the Lord says that those who are advanced in transcendental knowledge and know the science of Krishna consciousness are very dear to him and is also very dear to them. He also says in Bhagavad Gita, yesterday we all celebrated Gita Jayanti. Some of you also recited. In the 18th chapter, there is also one famous slok where he says, there are some people who are very dear to me. What is that? What is that sloka? 18th chapter.
About Pracharna, Prabhu.
Huh? Yeah.
About Pracharna, Prabhu.
What is that?
Last one.
So what is that? Who is dear to him? Krishna says. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Mataji. Anybody knows that shloka? Okay. Can somebody read this? Mataji, whoever answered it, can you read this shloka?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah, please.
Nacha tasman manusheshu kaschin me priya kritama. Bhavita nacha me tasmad anya priya taro bhuvi.
The translation also, please.
Translation. There is no servant in this world more dear to me than he, nor will there ever be no one dearer. Hare Krishna.
So in the context, if you see the previous shloka, and here it says, whoever propagates my message, this Bhagavad Gita message, they are all very dear to him. And he also says, basically a person, here also in this shloka, we see that the Lord says, those who are advanced in Krishna consciousness, They will preach. Anybody is advanced in Krishna conscious, they will preach. That's why he is very dear to them. And for the devotees also, Krishna is very dear to them. So what does that mean? What is that we need to do? Preaching means what? What are the ways we can send this message of Krishna? What is the effective means? There are many means. What are the top 3 means you can do this?
Following the spiritual masters.
Okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Book
Giving Krishna
distribution,
consciousness
Prabhuji.
to others, Prabhuji, by the form of
That's what, how?
prasadam.
That's what I've explained.
Prasadam.
Practically, what is the practical application I'm asking? Now, we know
By
that
distributing,
By the
distributing the
Bhagavatam
Bhagavad
books.
Gita books,
yes, who said that?
Nandini.
Okay, Aribol,
Shobha.
you hit on the bull's eye. What is the other means?
And also sharing the importance of chanting Lord's name, potency of Lord's name, Prabhuji.
Means how? See, we understood. Following spiritual master. Spiritual master will say, please preach, please chant. That we understood. Right? Now, Mataji said by book distribution, right? That's one practical seva. You can send this exact message. You can propagate the message so that everybody gets it as it is. That's one means. Somebody said prasadam. Yes, that's a practical activity. You go cook prasadam and you can distribute. That way they get this message of Krishna consciousness. Indirect form, may not be directly. Prasadam works definitely, but the message of Krishna conscious can be more effective tool is one is books. What other means?
By
Without
giving
saying
them
good morning
knowledge.
greeting, we can say
Nama
Hare
Sankirtanam.
Nama Sankirtanam, excellent. Somebody can go on.
Taking them to temple.
chanting Prabhuji.
See,
You-
we can have a program like in during Damodar month, we went to different places, streets, and we just
Nagar
called
Sankirtan.
each people and asked them to do the arati. Like that, we can do the practical work of bringing them to the Krishna conscious.
Nagar
Okay.
Sangeet. Nagar
Yes.
Sangeet.
So, Kirtan means, Sankirtan means, we know this Kali Yuga. What is the recommended process? Sankirtana Yagya Praya, Ajanti Sumedeshaga. So, only in the Kali Yuga, the recommended process Sankirtana. Sankirtana meant one is the Harinama Sankirtan, another one is book distribution. So today we will cover in this shloka, Prabhupada is talking about how one can become so dear to Krishna. If you all want to become dear to Krishna, say Haribol or do your message, then I will tell you how to become dear to me. Today I'll tell you one simple method of becoming dear to Krishna. Do you all want to know the secret?
Haribol Prabhu.
Yes,
Hari
Prabhuji.
Bol
Yes,
Prabhu.
Prabhuji.
Yes,
Hari
Prabhuji.
Bol,
Hari
Prabhuji.
Bol.
Okay. So, as we see in Bhagavad Gita 18.69, Krishna says, there is no servant in the world more dear than me in the world, nor will there be anyone more dear. Priyakritama, because that's who spreads my message. Now, Shrimad Bhagavatam, right? It is the um, topmost grantha, essence of Veda summary is there. Whatever 10th counter is very important. So we'll come to that. Before that, Prabhupada was going to America, right, in the Jalduta, and he was seeing the condition of the miserable condition of the place in US. He was just so overwhelmed, and he said, Krishna, what is this place you brought in? Why you have brought me here? Huh? Such a hellish planet you brought me here, right? He said, Ache kichu karjata be ye anumane nahe keno ani bene ye ugrastane. Ugrastane, terrible place you have brought in. People are eating breaking all the 4 regulative principle. I was peacefully sitting in Vrindavan. Why have you brought me here? Is written in the Markani Bhagavata Dharma, his poem by Srila Prabhupada. What is your purpose? You must be having some business here. So it's our business is nothing but book distribution. There is no other business. The main business is book distribution. Prabhupada, when he went to America, he said, I'm not going to America. Bhagavatam is going. First thing is he printed 200, I don't know how many sets of 3 volumes of Bhagavatam. He loaded in Cochin. He boarded in Calcutta, but he loaded them in Cochin. He ensured that all the books are loaded. And just 40 rupees, that also I've been told he gave it to his son. He had literally penniless, only Bhagavatam. He went and slowly giving, first he gave it to the captain, he gave some dollars, then he used it. Then wherever he went, he just used to give 1 or 2 sets to in the library, YMCA, he went first, Butler House. Then like that, some shops he gave like that. And with that money only, he spread this entire ISKCON movement. And this is our family business. If you see Marwadi, right? So they, wife will come, son will come, daughter will come. It's Chotu, Motu, everybody will be there in the shop only because it's a family business. They don't do any other business. So similarly, in ISKCON, it is our business. It is Prabhupada business. We don't have any other business than distributing books. Let's imagine if there is no book distribution is happening. Sometime what happens is this seva is seen as a very tough seva, or it is I'm not fit for this seva. Prabhu, I will do any other seva you tell me, but not book distribution. You tell me to cook, I will cook. You ask me to make garland, I will make garland. You ask me to even preach, give Bhagavatam class, I can give 200 Bhagavatam class. But don't ask me to give distribution. There are a lot of difficulties in doing this one services. But this is the main service and it is not optional. Please register again. It is not optional. This is compulsory one. Everybody needs to distribute books. If there are other businesses not happening, let's say other temples, you are not able to do other service, it's okay. But book distribution needs to happen. Is that high priority? Why? Because like now we are all happily sitting and hearing Shrimad Bhagavatam and ICF for so many years. If there is nobody has distributed books, we are not reading the books. If I am not getting the books, what is that? I would have speculated something. Everybody speculated and everybody having owned their speculation, they'll be talking about it. Where is the books? Without books, what is that we would have done? There is no ISKCON temples without these books. There is no preaching center in this without this book. There is no Zoom meeting without these books. There is no Bhagavatam classes without Zoom meeting. There is no satsanga. Nothing. Zero. Without books, there is nothing will happen. You tell me one country where without books everything is Krishna consciousness flourishing. If there is no books are going, the Krishna consciousness is stopped. It's dead. Prabhupada, what he did, he established ISKCON and also parallelly established a BBT, Bhakti Vedanta Book Trust. Why? He knew that like this Bangladesh case, now they have put a case saying that ban ISKCON. These are topmost fundamentalist and things like that. Of course, they did not, because of severe pressure internationally, they did not do it. But they have country, then some crooks can come and pass the law saying that ISKCON is banned. Now what will happen? Anybody who gets book, anybody who has a book, he will make sure that another ISKCON is started because books are the basis. Without books, without we propagating this, without core this, there is no preaching will have any effect. Even Sankirtana. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur says, you do Nama Sankirtana, only in the street, one house they might hear. Now with mic and system, we might reach to 10 people. But this is Brigat Bhavatam, Brigat Mridanga. He says, this is the Kirtan, this Sankirtan can go miles, kilometers together, these books. If you send it to somebody else, you might sitting here, but you send this Sankirtan, you go on street, and it can change the entire country. For example, there was one Burmese, Burma, right? There was one person, he went for his official work to America. Predominantly, those areas are Buddhist countries. They know only Buddha, other than that, they don't know anything. He went for some medical conference. Somebody was distributing books in the airport. Then he was showing some Dasavatara book. Then he saw Buddha. Oh, I thought this must be something related to Buddha, sir, is something additional. Let me read. He got it. He came back home in Burma. Then he flipped through. Then he saw, oh my God, this is not about Buddha. This is about Krishna and Bhagavad Gita. I don't know about it. I don't need it. He just kept it in the self. His son was doing a doctor, MBBS. So he is little weak in English. He came home, holidays, then he was searching. He saw some book, this there in the shelf. Oh, it's English book. Let me read. At least now I can improve my vocabulary. He started reading one chapter, second chapter, third chapter. And he got the transformation. And you will not believe, This is the person, he started many centers, then he is the zonal secretary of the entire Burma. One book changed the entire nation, and he is the president, zonal secretary, GBC member, and he is managing the entire Burma. If that is the powerful of the books, why we should not prioritize this distributing the books? Are we doing it? There are other services, everybody can do it, but book distribution is something very dear to Krishna and Srila Prabhupada, the previous acharyas. We are reading Shrimad Bhagavatam, right from the first sloka, book distribution is there. If you read this scrutinizingly, if you read Shrimad Bhagavatam, right from the Acharya Krishna to, if you see in Bhagavad Gita, right, there is a Guru Parampara is there. Every Parampara is done book distribution. First, Krishna started the book distribution to Brahma. Of course, there is no printing material, so he imparted the knowledge of Bhagavatam to Brahma. Brahma in turn imparted this knowledge to Narada Rishi. Narada Rishi to multiple people, Dhruva, Prahlad Maharaj, so many people he imparted this knowledge, including Vyasadeva. Then Vyasadeva got an opportunity. Those times the palm leaves were there. He called Ganesha, please come, let's write Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Mahabharata, everything, put it in the wording. People will not be, at least they can refer this. Let us, that form of, that's a book distribution. He did first person who to write, document it. Right? Then if you see in the Parampara, then the Acharyas, um, um, the six Goswamis, I'm talking about Brahma, then Vyasadeva, then Madhvacharya and other acharyas came also. They went to Vyasadeva, they verified whatever they have written, they compiled it and left the legendary for us so that we can use it. And what happened when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, the six Goswamis came? Nana Shastra Vicharanaika Nipunau Saddharma Samstapakau Lokanam Hitakarinau Tribhuvane Manyau Saranyakarau Radha Krishna Padaravinda Bhajana Mattal Nandena Mattalikau Vande Rupa Sanatano Raghuyugo Sri Jiva Gopalako. What were they doing? Nana Shastra Vicharane Kanipunau. The entire reading Srimad Bhagavatam, the commentary by them, Jiva Goswami, all the nectar of devotion, nectar of instruction, who gave this? If they are not documented, they are not distributed this knowledge to others, what do you think? The main business is Bhagavatam distribution, Bhagavad Gita distribution only. Right from Brahmaji to Vyasadev to Acharyas to, that's what they were doing it. Whatever means that time available, they were doing it. Now it is printed, electronic media is there, so we are doing it. Whatever available, we are doing it. But the constant activity is same. Distribution. That's why they were dear to Krishna. Otherwise, why do they dear if they don't preach and they would have practiced themselves? They would have been a great yogi. Krishna wouldn't have recognized them, rewarded them, because they are all spreading this message. How can you spread the message? Prabhupada says, what knowledge you have, what is that you can speak in 1 hour? Today I'm speaking in this Bhagavatam 40 minutes. Tomorrow, if you ask me last time what I spoken, you will not know, even remember the topic. What is that they will get registered in their hand? What purity I have? But if I would have given this one book, even one letter somebody's read, like this Burmese, I told the entire Burma has become devotional service. One person sacrificed his life to steal this book in Russia. KGB used to catch hold of the devotees. They would in the night print the typewriter, take hard, because it's all restricted. Somehow they typed it manually and they distributed this book. They knew that they don't know the concept, but if I distribute books, it will become revolutionary. Today you see Russia, the entire people, because of one person has just taken his life is given for this Bhagavad Gita, stealing and somehow selling it to somebody else. It is only through book distribution. You can't do Nagar Sankirtan. What you will do in Russia? Was it because of Nagar Sankirtan this was flourishing? No, there is one person who, when Prabhupada went, somehow we taken one Gita, then somehow they translated and somehow they smuggled it initially. You read the salted bread. Somehow they given their life. That's because of now today Russia is there, the entire Yatra is there. That's because of one Bhagavad Gita book. Is it not so important that we should take it as a priority in our life in the out of all the services? If you do other services, not sure is no, but book distribution is core. Otherwise, the ISKCON will stop functioning. Entire things will stop functioning. If there is no devotees, if they're not reading Prabhupada books, it is not spreading it is doomed. It is stopped. Whenever there is a book distribution stops, imagine that Krishna consciousness is stopping. It's a bare, basic, core activity. All the members as a because most of you would have come to Krishna consciousness, or you would have not given Krishna consciousness through book, but at least you are sustaining. That's because of Krishna conscious books. Tell me, without Krishna conscious book, Prabhu, I am devotee for 10, 15 years without reading Srila Prabhupada, hearing Srila Prabhupada message. I have just born from Vaikunta. I know everything. It's so critical that we should not, or we should not be not prioritize this distribution. What is the Acharyas doing? If you are telling I am following footsteps of Acharya, what is that Acharya did? Book distribution. Then after the Jiva Goswami, what he did? The first Sankirtan book distribution started by Srinivas Acharya. They were under Jiva Goswami, Narottam Das Thakur, Srinivas Acharya. Hare Krishna, just give me a second. Okay. Shamananda Pandit. They were under Jiva Goswami. Jiva Goswami said, what are you doing? Start the book distribution. Copy this palm leaves, whatever I have, our previous acharyas, everything, one copy I have. Please copy it. They made 100 copies. Then they loaded in the Bulla cart. Said, Srinivas Acharya, you take it. They were all Vrindavan. You three of you take it and distribute it, copy it multiple places, spread this. This is how first Sankirtan book started. Anybody is in Mayapur, they go to this Jajigram. That's where Srinivacharya, maternal place. They go and pray to him, beg him. He's the first one who started the book distribution. And of course, there is a long story in Chaitanya Charitamrita. When he comes, there is one king abducts these books. It was stolen. Again, he reverts back. Then one goes to Orissa, one goes to Bengal, and all these three acharyas, they were pioneered. They copied this in palm leaves and multiple copies. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur started printing, and he sent to America. Then when Prabhupada born on that day, then after that, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, even one person goes and distribute one back to Harmonist magazine. He would be so happy. He would delighted. He would glorify him like anything in the Bhagavatam class. Even one book distribution, and he gave only two instruction to Srila Prabhupada. He did not multiple give instruction. One instruction: whenever you get money, please print books and go abroad and preach. This is the only he told, because in the Bhagavad Gita shloka, today's purport, we are reading it, but we are not understanding it, internalizing it. What is that practical application? How can you be dear to him? When you spread the message, what is the effective means of doing it? Book distribution. Because one time Prabhupada did not translate for 3-4 days. He had all the books, and devotees were asking, Prabhupada, you have all the previous acharyas translation. You know everything, first of all. You would have translated. Why did you stop? He said, Krishna did not come for 3 days. It means every purport. I ensure that in this class, I asked you to read. Even 20 minutes goes by reading only the purport, 5 shlokas. By the time you all read, take a turn, I always know that 20 minutes will take. My classes, I will have only 15 to 20 minutes to talk. Out of 40 minutes, and 10 minutes go for question answer. I knew my speaking time is cut down. But this is the ecstasy of Srila Prabhupada. If we don't read Srila Prabhupada books, if we don't read the ecstasy of what Krishna has given, what is that my 10-minute speech will make, a 1 hour, 2 hour speech will make any effect on anybody of you? If you are getting any transformation, any progress happening, that's because you are sincerely listening to the purport of Srila Prabhupada. This is the ecstasy of Srila Prabhupada. When you get it, we don't be having this. How will you become dear to Krishna if you do other things? We don't distribute books. Is it not right? Okay. So now, so I was talking about the family business. This is everybody's responsibility. There is no excuse at all. Anybody cannot give any excuses. You can have an argument at the end of the question answer session. Prabhu, these are the difficulties. How do we do? I will answer all those things. But there is a zero tolerance, or there is no way you can excuse selling that I can't give book distribution. I can't do book distribution. There is no way. No way. There is no exception to it. And there is no excuses. I will tell you everything. I will answer you. If you can ask me, you can pose all the questions. I will challenge that as well. Now, books are the basis. Prabhupada summarized the entire Samman Bonam in 4 lines. In the Krishna conscious philosophy, somebody is asked, what is your philosophy? Practically, what is that we need to do in ISKCON? Prabhupada summarized in 4 lines. Books are the basis. When you construct a house, there need to be some foundation. That foundation is books. If we don't do the foundation activity, but I do a lot of decoration, it can collapse anytime. There are people who do service, maybe very sincere. We don't know what is the intention. Of course, it is purifying, it's a transcendental activity. Somebody may can do for name and fame and things like that. When this name and fame is not there, they might leave the service and go. There are a lot of services, people, background services, they may not want to do. There are some highlighting services they want to do, like prasadam distribution. They may not go to kitchen, but they'll be there first to distribute. I'm not telling wrong. There's nothing wrong. You can do it. But because somebody is observing me, I'm doing it. But when you chant, this is applicable for chanting. When you do it at home, you have the same quality when you chant with the devotees in the temple. No, you don't need to make conscious effort, but subconsciously, you know, everybody is there. They may not be watching at you, but you're subconsciously aware that somebody is there. I need to do better round of chanting. At home, we don't do that. It is practical. So you might do a lot of decoration. It's like chanting at home. But of course, you need to chant with the devotees, association. Then you will improve, your quality will improve. Otherwise, it is matter of time. After some time, you will say, okay, what is there? Let me stop chanting. Gradually, they'll go out of movement. When they don't read the books, they might be very sincere, 20, 30 years, they might be doing seva. One day they will be not there. They will not be there in this ISKCON. There are many cases I can show you. That's because they have not read sincerely Srila Prabhupada books, nor they are not involved in the Sankirtan. Purity is the force. We all know. Preaching is the essence. Prabhupada exactly translated what our Krishna says, how you can become dear. Preaching is the essence. Utility is the principle. Now we have books, electronics, media, WhatsApp, distribute. That point in time, Brahma, what he had, he did it. That point of time, what Brahma, Vyasadeva had, he wrote it in the palm leaves. Now Prabhupada had books, he struggled to get the paper. Even there was a ban. He would personally go write a letter to everybody, get the paper. Getting paper itself a difficulty. People gave their life. America, so Russia, it is banned printing books. There is one devotee, they used to manually bind the books, Bhagavad Gita books. They would cut the paper, no, with axe blade. Some dust will come, no. One devotee was collecting. All other devotees had a suspicion. What is this guy? Every day he's collecting this paper dust, you know, you throw it away. But is this guy collecting? What is he doing? One day they saw this guy is mixing in the water, morning drink, and he was drinking it. Devotees caught hold of him. Hey, what are you doing? Why are you drinking the paper dust? He said, this Bhagavad Gita is spoken by Krishna. This is Krishna's word. There is no difference between book and Krishna's form. And this book is printing and we're distributing. This is also Krishna's prasad. And at least I'll become Krishna conscious by drinking this. And he ate the entire test of the book. Such a person has such a faith, but we're born in India, we know Krishna. This is the biggest problem. Familiarity. If you go anybody outside, say, Bhagavad Gita, yeah, I have. I'm a member in ISKCON. Yeah, we come to the temple and take it. Yeah, I have so many copies. I don't have time to read. Right? So many questions they will say. When we also know Krishna, yes, Bhagavad Gita. Krishna, yes, I know. But what is there in Bhagavad Gita? That's only Prabhupada can give. So this is important. If you want to follow any of the four, unless you follow these four, there's nothing. Prabhupada has summarized this. So how we can do? By book distribution. So it's our family business. I talked about it, and distribute books. This can change life. There are many stories, many examples of transforming anybody who is connected with the books. There was right now the recent pastime. If you ask me, there is one devotee. It's been mandated. Russia-Ukraine war is happening. All the Ukrainians are made mandatory. Anybody who is staying in Ukraine must go. Any male member has to go for fight. There is no other option. Where do they? It's a small country. Where do they go? So all the devotees also, including the devotees, has to go. They are in the army, they're serving in the army. So what do the free time they will have some chit chat with the friends and they talk about Bhagavad Gita and they distribute Bhagavad Gita there. One shoulder man took Bhagavad Gita and he went to the fight because that day he was his turn to go and fight and he got the bullets. Somebody from Russia shot him bullets and he had that bulletproof jacket and he inside that he kept Bhagavad Gita and they shot on the book. So the book was a lot of holes, but he came and told Krishna saved me. Otherwise, I would have died because I kept this book and book has taken the bullets, right? So even somebody is not read, at least had a faith, and it Bhagavad Gita can protect their life. In the battlefield, they are distributing books. What is there? We are comfortably sitting in India and Bangladesh. People are being killed. They've been burnt. Everybody they're holding their life. ISKCON devotees holding their life. We don't know when they'll come and attack. Entire mob is coming. Entire city is coming and to kill you. They're practicing Krishna consciousness. See, what happens is when you go on book distribution, you don't know what kind of difficulties you face. Who will buy? Who will shout? Who will scream? What person will harass you? Nobody knows. That's where the humility comes in. That's where the surrender comes in. Unless you are put into a situation, you are comfortable here. But a person who is in Ukraine, he knows the value of the book distribution. A person who is in Bangladesh right now, he knew what is the value of chanting. He'll be chanting like anything because he is put into situation. I'm not telling that we should be put into that situation, but when you go out for the purification, when you go out on the book distribution, that's samadhi. So there is a wonderful shloka, 10.3.2.7. I need one volunteer to read the last paragraph of this purport in the 10th canto.
Hare Krishna. Can I read, Prabhuji?
Yeah, please.
The word kriyasu, meaning by manual labor or by work, it is important in this verse. One should engage in practical service to the Lord. In our Krishna consciousness movement, all our activities are concentrated upon distributing Krishna literature. This is very important. One may approach any person and induce him to read Krishna literature so that in the future he also may become a devotee. Such activities are recommended in this verse. Kriyasu yes, Tvacha Charan Dravidayo, sorry, Prabhuji. Such activities will always remind the devotees of the Lord's lotus feet. By fully concentrating on distributing books for Krishna, one is fully absorbed in Krishna. This is Samadhi. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Anybody wants to go back to Krishna consciousness, fully go back to Godhead, one must be in either Bhava or Prema stage. Even Bhava stage, we know Jadapartha has fell down. Unless one is progress from Sadhu Shanga, Bhajana Kriya, Anartha Nivritti, Ruchi, Asakti, Bhava, Prema, right? There are stages. I have been struggling with Anartha Nivritti for so many years. I don't know, it's never ending. So much Anartha has been increasing only, is not seems to be decreasing. When do I come to Ashakti, Bhava, Prema stage? When do I go back to Godhead? Nectar of Devotion says, unless you are in that platform, you can't see Krishna face to face. It's not that just chanting I've done and I'll go back to Godhead. Quality chanting. That quality chanting comes and you will see Krishna face to face. But here Prabhupada is given shortcut. Anybody who is doing book distribution, they are in the level of Samadhi. They are very special. Prabhupada will personally will take them. That's because you're taking so much difficulty in distributing books. It's not that easy. It is not that easy. But you're completely dependent. You're completely meditated. The complete surrender happens here. That's why it's called Samadhi. And there's a wonderful verse in 10th canto, right? This is the topmost shloka because out of 10th canto, out of all the cantos, 10th canto, especially Gopi Geet, wow, the topmost gopis, they are singing about book distribution. Tava katamritam tapta jivanam कविभिरीडितं कल्मषापहं श्रवणमङ्गलं श्रीमताततं भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये बुरिदा जना. Somebody can read the translation, please.
Anasuya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Hare Krishna Mataji. Translation by Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. The nectar of your words and the descriptions of your activities are the life and soul of those suffering in this material world. These narrations, transmitted by learned sages, eradicate one's sinful reactions and bestow good fortune upon whoever hears them. These narrations are broadcast all over the world and are filled with spiritual power. Certainly, those who spread the message of Godhead are most beneficent. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare
We're
Krishna.
telling the Tava Kathamritam, your glories, your stories, your nectar words, Tapta Jivanam, for those aggrieved of this material world, people are. Just give me a second. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Prabhu, class le ledini an urgent idea. Sorry, somebody was calling multiple times for books. So where are we? Yeah. Without Bhagavatam hearing, where is the hope for us? That is books, no? Unless we distribute it, how others will get this? And he's telling most munificent whoever broadcasts this message all over the world, then they are the most munificent. I'm not telling the gopis are clean. And that pastimes of Krishna, the Leelas, where it is there mentioned in Bhagavatam. Where is Krishna's words? Bhagavad Gita. That's only solace. There is one person who was about to commit suicide. He tried multiple ways, checking research on how to commit suicide. What is the easiest way to commit suicide? Should I go and put my head in the track? Or should I hang myself? Or should I take poison? And finally concluded that if I leave some carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, then slowly oxygen will come down. Then I can, without pain, less pain, I can die. That's a less pain way of dying. So he went to the car, he bought the car gas. He started slowly releasing and he started waiting. Okay, I'm going to die. I'm going to die in 1 hour. There is one devotee came knocking the car door. He said, open the car. He said, what? See, there is a Bhagavad Gita. Why don't you take it? He said, anyway, 1 hour I'm going to die. Let me have it. And he started reading. Deginosmin yada dehe kaumaram yavanam jara tada dehantara praptir dhirastatra namugyati. He got the shock of his life. And he said, let me become devotee. And he stopped thinking of committing suicide and he became a devotee. One word, one sloka, it can change anybody's life. That's why they are telling this is most munificent. Any person who gives, take that effort going out and distributing it. That person is munificent. Because we have our knowledge, we can give, but that purity is not there, like our Guru Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada disciples. We may not have any transformation. We can't do any transformation. But if you give distribution of book, that is Sakshat Krishna is going, as Prabhupada words are going, Prabhupada is preaching to them, which will be beneficial. Prabhupada preaching or my preaching will be bigger. Prabhupada preaching, of course. He turned every millechas into gold mine. So books are like that. It can change their life. Many people, I can keep on telling the Sankirtan story of people, who have read and become devotees. There's one person, he was depressed. His family was met in accident. He was into drug and everything. He decided, I will die myself by drinking. How much I drink, I will never come out of it. And somehow one devotee knocked his door and gave night 8 o'clock. Bhagavad Gita. On the day he decided to drink and die himself. He said anyhow he was drinking completely that state, and he picked up one shloka, reading one chip. He would drink one pet cup vodka, then he would read one shloka. And slowly transformation happened, and he realized what is the value of life. Today he is running successfully rehabilitation center for the drunkards in abroad, and he teaches them every day Bhagavad Gita. What can this book do? What cannot it do? The purpose of the manual, Krishna would have spoken this Bhagavad Gita and some under the tree to Arjuna. He's the most busiest person amidst a war. He's telling Bhagavad Gita and he's listening. Why Krishna has to make arrangement? Because at least we know this is boss, this is for you. Otherwise, you will not listen. Somebody says, I don't have time, Prabhu. Tell them. Arjuna also did not have time, but he had time for hearing Bhagavatam in the battlefield. Are you busy than Arjuna? So it is very, very important that we distribute these books and we take it whatever means help those who are distributing books. There are many ways you can help, right? You might maybe right now I know that a lot of people have a lot of questions. You might be arguing against my statement, whatever I'm doing it, but this is what the Acharya is doing it. This is what Acharya has told. I'm repeating the same thing. What gopis are telling, I'm repeating. What Krishna has told in Bhagavad Gita, I'm repeating. What Prabhupada told, I'm repeating. I don't like it or not, but I have to tell. Right? So, this also wonderful shloka in Chaitanya Charitamrita. When Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he was trying to meet, Pradaputra was trying to meet Mahaprabhu. He was not allowed because he was a worldly people. Mahaprabhu said, I don't want to meet any people who are anything to do with materialistic. Then Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya somehow made an arrangement that during Rath Yatra, after Rath Yatra, Mahaprabhu was very tired. He was sitting in the garden and he said, King, don't go in the royal attire. Change yourself. He changed into a normal being. And first he started with this Tavakatamritam shloka. He was singing Tavakatamritam. And Mahaprabhu embraced like anything because Radharani wants to distribute this knowledge of Krishna consciousness to everyone. Mahaprabhu in that mode. And who will distribute this knowledge? This is a shloka I read. Is most munificent. Radharani likes those who are dear to preachers. The preachers are very dear to her. And she embraced the king. And Prabhupada writes the purport. See how Prabhupada connects always to book distribution. This is something Pradaputra changed his dress and singing Gopi Gita. Prabhupada is connecting to the book distribution. Look at his purport, right? He says, in foreign, people went and complained to Prabhupada. Prabhupada, when we go with shaved head and other robe, it's very difficult to distribute. They're not even coming close because it's very alien. For them, Krishna consciousness is alien to them. But in India, people know about sadhus and all. India, it works out, but not in abroad. Then Prabhupada quoted this, saying, Pradaputra changed dress. It is bona fide. It is official. Please go on pant shirt and distribute books. I am approving. The brahmacharis in the temple who are saffron dress, they would change to normal dress and go and distribute books. Prabhupada approved it. It's not breaking the devotional service because the real principle is to spread the Krishna conscious movement. Utility is the principle. No, I'm a brahmachari for 25 years without saffron, without thing. I will not go. I'm Krishna conscious, important. Prabhupada said, go pant, shirt, put and go distribute books. It's bona fide. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya changed his dress. Look at this. Prabhupada purport. Very, very practical, right? Everything connecting to the book distribution, importance of the books, like that. So, what else we have? So, this is most important actually. Can somebody read, please? This is to Rameshwara, letter to Rameshwara Prabhu, who was in charge of the PPT.
Shall I, Prabhuji?
Yeah.
Our most important activity. There is no doubt about it. To distribute books is one most important activity. The temple is not a place for eating and sleeping, but a base from which we send our soldiers to fight with Maya. Fight with Maya means to drop thousands and millions of books into the lap of conditioned souls, just like during wartime the bombs are raining from the sky like anything. August 3, 1973 to Rameshwara. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Continue, somebody else.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Dandavat Pranam, Prabhu. These books are so potent that anyone who reads them is sure to become Krishna conscious.
So it is very valuable service to distribute our books. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Okay. Now, we will read the remaining shlokas. I started with first shloka. I just struck that most dear. Then I connected to Bhagavad Gita. Then I started book distribution. Actually, I was planning to read the entire shloka, then start. But anyhow, there was connectivity by Prabhupada mercy, so I just picked up. Now let us finish off whatever time remaining available other shlokas. I don't want to deprive of this topic what you're reading it. Let's quickly read the 5 shlokas. Then I'll open up for practical question answer. I have more slides to tell you how to distribute tips and techniques, but that requires another dedicated session. If you're interested, that will be a different session. But we will read this purport and shlokas, then I would open up it for any corrections or your comments, discussion. Share your Sankirtan stories. I love to hear your Sankirtan stories. I know most of you have been doing it, and I would love to hear. And can one person, there are, I need 4 shlokas are there, 4 volunteers. Read translation shloka purport. Read translation shloka purport. I need only 4 volunteers. I don't want multiple volunteers because it will take a lot of time. Can I have 4 volunteers and one shloka, entire shloka translation purport quickly?
Hare Krishna. Can I
Yeah,
read?
Hare
please.
Krishna. Hare Krishna Mataji, you can read the shloka Mataji. Translation and purport.
Hare Krishna. जगदुद्भवस्थिति लयेषु दैवतो बहुविद्यमान गुणयात्म मायया रचितात्मभेदमतये स्वसंस्थया विनिवर्तित भ्रम गुणात्मने नमः. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. We offer our respectful obeisances unto the Supreme, who has created varieties of manifestations and put them under the spell of the 3 qualities of the material world in order to create, maintain, and annihilate them. He himself is not under the control of the external energy. In his personal feature, he is completely devoid of the variegated manifestation of material qualities, and he is under no illusion of false identification. Purport. 2 situations are described in this verse. One is creation, maintenance, and annihilation of the material world, and the other is the Lord's own establishment. There is also quality in the Lord's own establishment, the kingdom of God. It is stated here that Goloka is his personal situation. There is also quality in Goloka, but that quality is not divided into creation, maintenance, and annihilation. In the external energy, the interaction of the 3 qualities make it possible for things to be created, maintained, and annihilated. But in the spiritual world or the kingdom of God, there is no such exhibition, since everything is eternal, sentient, and blissful. There is a class of philosophers who misunderstand the appearance of the personality of Godhead within this material world. They are under the impression that when the Supreme Personality of Godhead appears, he is under the spell of the 3 qualities like all other living entities who appear within this material world. That is their misunderstanding, as it is clearly stated here. Swasamsthaya, by his internal potency. He is transcendental to all these material qualities. Similarly, in the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says, I appear by my internal energy. Both the internal and external potencies are under the control of the Supreme. So, he does not come under the control of either of these potencies. Rather, everything is under his control. In order to manifest his transcendental name, form, quality, pastimes, and paraphernalia, he brings into action his internal energy. On account of the variegatedness of the external potency, there are manifestations of many qualitative demigods, beginning with Brahma and Lord Shiva, and people are attracted to these demigods according to their own material quality. But when one is transcendental or surpasses the material qualities, he is simply fixed in the worship of the Supreme Personality. This fact is explained in Bhagavad Gita. Anyone engaged in the service of the Lord is already transcendental to the variegatedness and interaction of the 3 material qualities. The summary is that the conditioned souls are being pulled by the action and reaction of the material qualities, which create a differentiation of energy. Hare Krishna. Energies, but in the spiritual world, the worshipable one is the Supreme Lord and no one else. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, somewhere I read Prabhupada was telling even Brahma and Shiva cannot understand because only devotees can understand devotional service. So it is very important. And book distribution is one of the topmost devotional service. What is the shloka? 40, 41. Two shlokas are there. Okay, can somebody can quickly read this, please?
Ansuya
Hare
Mataji, you
Krishna.
can read the
Yeah,
shlokam.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, pranams. Brahmovacha namaste sritya sattvaya dharmadinam cha sutaya nirgunaya cha yat kashtam naham veda parepi cha. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The personified Veda said, we offer our respectable obeisances unto you, the Lord, the shelter of the quality of goodness and therefore the source of all religion, austerity and penance. For you are transcendental to all material qualities and no one knows you or your actual situation. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. In the material world, there is the trinity of three material qualities. Lord Vishnu has accepted the superintendence of the quality of goodness, which is the source of religion, knowledge, austerity, renunciation, opulence, etc. Because of this, actual peace, prosperity, knowledge, and religion can be attained when the living entities are under the control of the quality of goodness in the material world. As soon as they are subjected to the control of other two qualities, namely passion and ignorance, their precarious condition life becomes intolerable. But Lord Vishnu, in his original position, is always nirguna, which means transcendental to these material qualities. Guna means quality and nir means negation. This does not indicate, however, that he has no qualities. He has transcendental qualities by which he appears and manifests his pastimes. The positive transcendental qualitative manifestation is unknown to the students of the Vedas as well as to the great stalwart demigods like Brahma and Shiva. Actually, the transcendental qualities are manifested only to the devotees. As confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, simply by discharging devotional service, one can understand the transcendental position of the Supreme Lord. Those who are in the mode of goodness can partially enter into the transcendental understanding. But it is advised in Bhagavad Gita that one has to surpass this. The Vedic principles are based on three qualities of the material modes. One has to transcend the three qualities and then one can be situated in pure and simple spiritual life. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Last
Hare
one,
Krishna.
please. Last one, please.
Divya Mataji, please go ahead, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
निर्वाच यत्तेजसाहं सुसविमिद्दतेजा हव्यं वहे स्वद्वर अज्जसिक्तं तं यज्ञीयं पञ्चविधं च पञ्चभिः स्विष्टाय जुर्भिः प्रणतोऽस्मि यज्ञम्. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The fire god said, my dear Lord, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you because you have favor and I am favor. I am as luminous as blazing fire and I accept the offerings mixed with butter and offered in sacrifice. The 5 kinds of offerings according to the Yajurveda are all your different energies and you are worshipped by 5 kinds of Vedic hymns. Sacrifice means you, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. In Bhagavad Gita, it is clearly said that yajna means that yajna should be performed for Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu has 1000 popular transcendental names, out of which one name is yajna. It is clearly said that everything should be done for the sacrifice and satisfaction of yajna or Vishnu, or all other actions a person may take are only causes for this bondage. Everyone has to perform yajna according to the Vedic hymns, as stated in the Upanishad. Fire, the altar, the auspicious full moon, the periods of 4 months called Chaturmasya, the sacrificial animal, and the beverage called Soma are necessary requisites as as are the specific hymns mentioned in the Vedas and composed of 4 letters. One hymn as follows: Aishwarya Chatur Aksharam Astu Srausad iti Chatur Aksharam Yajet Dvadyam Ahe Yajamanah. These mantras chanted according to the Shruti and Smriti literatures are only to please Lord Vishnu for the deliverance of those who are materially conditioned and attached to material enjoyment. Performing yajna and following the rules and regulations of the 4 divisions of society and of spiritual life are recommended. It is said in the Vishnu Purana that by offering sacrifice to Vishnu, one can gradually be liberated. The whole target of life, therefore, is to please Lord Vishnu. That is yajna. Any person who is in Krishna consciousness has dedicated his life for the satisfaction of Krishna, the origin of all Vishnu forms, and by offering worship and prasada daily, he becomes the best performer of yajna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is clearly stated, in this age of Kali, the only successful performance yet of yajna or sacrifice is, is yajna sankirtana prayah. The best type of sacrifice is simply to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This yajna is offered before the form of Lord Chaitanya, as other yajnas are before the form of Lord Vishnu. These recommendations are found in the 11th chapter, 11th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Moreover, the yajna performance confirms that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Vishnu himself. As Lord Vishnu appeared as the Daksha's yajna long ago, Lord Chaitanya has appeared in this age to accept our Sankirtana yajna. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah, Sankirtan means Hare Krishna Maha Mantra as well as book distribution. Again, we are concluding with the conclusion that Prabhupada says that you can do Sankirtan. Of course, holy name is very important. We can't neglect, but at the same time, the Sankirtan also includes book distribution. So I would stop here for all the corrections, comments, whatever you want to post. If you have time, then we can have a question answer session.
Prabhu, excellent session today. I I was reading, there are many questions. So I would not say much, but that was excellent, heartwarming session, Prabhu. And now we are very, I think, excited to do more book distribution. So I'll just go with first question. And also, Prabhu, some Matajis are asking techniques, like how we can do more book distribution. And techniques for, for Mataji or Prabhuji's techniques will be same. So there's no discrimination in that. Now, Padmashri Mataji, you can start. After that, Prabhu will give this answer.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, I just want to know if we can join distribution. If like anybody is going, I can join in the group, Prabhu. If I can get the information, I can come, Prabhu.
You can do it yourself. Of course, it's going better to go with the devotees, but I don't know which location you are in.
I'm close to the temple, 4 kilometers from the temple.
Which temple, Mataji?
Our ICC is South.
Okay, you can connect with me later, Mataji.
Okay, Prabhu. Yeah. Okay, Hare Krishna.
Or Padmashri Mataji, you can message me and I will message Prabhu's number. So that way you can contact to Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah.
Sure, Mataji. Your number I will get in the group, no, Mataji?
Yeah. My Karmi name is Nupur Upadhyay and initiated name is Narayani Kripamai.
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah. Any other question? Rohini Mataji, you were asking something? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Yes.
Yeah.
Prabhuji is on the phone. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Prabhuji, when we are distributing book, there are many who say that, we already have a book. To that one reply, I'm been trying to tell them that is, what, buy it as a gift. You can, keep it and you can give it to your relatives or friends. Other than that, any other thing that I can tell them, Prabhuji? Like you've been into this for a long time, so I was asking if there's any other reason I could give them other than giving it to your friends and relatives as gift.
Distribute Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam they will not have. Take order for Bhagavatam.
Bhagavatam.
Yeah, take order for Bhagavatam. They will not say I have Bhagavatam. For Bhagavad Gita, generally that is the response. But yeah, you keep generally on BTG magazine, or they can't say I have BTG magazine. You can say this is the month it has come. It is just printed yesterday. How can you have? They can't say BTG I have. Like that, give Srila Prabhupada books. It's all something, or keep something which Krishna book or something. In case somebody says, okay, take this and we'll send them. Generally, I would convince them for having Bhagavatam and distribute Bhagavatam to him. Most of them wouldn't have Bhagavatam. They might have Bhagavad Gita. There is no point in giving another Bhagavad Gita, right, to distribute. If they're willing to do it, some festivals, it's okay. But see, other thing is that in terms of, since because I'm distributing it, it's very important. You can't force anybody, or you should not make a bad impression in the book distribution. That's the first thing is, let's, Vaiseshika Prabhu, once he was doing it, and a lady came, told, see, I'm a Christian, I don't read it. But he did not do anything. He said, okay, I wish you a very good day, and let God bless you, and things like that. He gave a warm words and sent her. She went half an hour and came back. She said, you were so gentle and you wished me a good thing. And you know, your politeness and gentleness, I liked it. I'm a Christian, but still I want to have Bhagavad Gita, and she took it and went. Now, if so many devotees go, they harass and go. Next time they say ISKCON devotees, they run away because hey, these guys come and harass, and they'll somehow give the books. And you know, you are making a point that next time anybody who's distributing it, you will make a point that it is not possible, impossible for us to distribute. Second thing is that if you are meeting 100 people, right, and you are asking them to take books, let's say 5 people take it. What is the success rate? Mataji, what is the success rate?
95%, Prabhuji.
No, 5 people are taking. 95 people said no. What is the success rate? 5%.
5%.
5%.
No, it is 100%. Who said it is 5%?
How
Yeah.
Prabhuji, 100%?
So there are people who will not, first time they'll buy the books. If there is a wall, imagine there is a wall. You put 100 people, Bailwans of Mr. India, everybody to break that wall. Everybody comes and try to break the wall. It is not breaking. One patlasa, one small boy is coming. He's coming and touching the wall. It is collapsed. Who broke the wall?
100 people together, Prabhuji.
Why? They did
Because
not
they
break
have
it.
put their effort in that.
Exactly. That's what happens in book distribution.
Yes, Prabhu.
One person may not have it. First time he sees the books, he gets Sukriti. Somebody touches the book, he gets Sukriti. Fifth time, he will buy. So you made an attempt. He will buy after some time. He may not buy now. So every attempt is successful. Who said it is not successful? You're converting. It takes time. You are making some Sukriti. And it is not for the benefit of other person. Please understand, book distribution is for your own purification. Never think that I want to distribute and I'm looking at the expectation that I need to distribute today 100 books. No. It is for my purification. I am going out because Krishna told, my Guru Maharaj told, I am doing it. And I am getting purified. Period. I am stepping out because I want to show gratitude to Prabhupada. I am not doing it. You are not the instrument. You can't convince anybody. You can't distribute any books. You pray to Srila Prabhupada, make other person to his Paramatma sitting there, let him induce and take it. Most of the time, if you think that I'm a great speaker, I've done it, and today you will go, many distributors face this problem. They would have done hundreds. They think, oh, next day I can do. Not even a single book will go. He'll be devastated and he'll be begging Krishna, please, I realized. So that's why I said this is samadhi, because your ego will be crushed into powder. And when I go in the mood, I want to do seva. I want to purify myself. I want to be in Sankirtan. I want to be dear to Krishna. Then you see, then you don't expectation, oh, I didn't buy. Of course, there are various means to tackle it. But of course, if he doesn't want to buy, be gentle. Now, generally what I do, if you ask me, I always keep some book which they've not read, like there could be Ishopanishad or some small book, I'll keep it. If they don't have any other option, I just give them the small books. I said, at least give some. Now, the another aspect is even a person who has, see, one step up, one by one, I'll come. Then I give them BTG magazine or something which they can never expect that book. I will have Prabhupada books. Then I'll give them, and they have to give some change, and I will take it. Number one. So this is a person who says I have already book and genuinely he has a book. We can give another books to convince them. Or Shrimad Bhagavatam is the best bet. They will never have. You can talk about glories and you can definitely distribute Bhagavatam. This is one aspect. Second aspect is how to convince a person who has already Bhagavad Gita, still you want to send a Bhagavad Gita? Yes, you can do that. That's a different technique. But this 10:43 now, we can't do it, discuss in detail. I need separate time. But generally, don't go in the mood of selling books. Now there is in ICC temple, there are from Delhi about 6-7 brahmacharis who have come. They've been distributing books. I asked them how much you distribute in a day. They minimum they do 10,000 Bhagavad Gitas in a day. They go to signals, they send it the signal and they distribute. They don't do anything else. If they can, 5 people can do minimum. They 1,000 they do per head, something like that. Sorry, 1,000 books. There's something they 200, 300 per head they will do. A minimum 2 lakh, 2-3 lakhs what they would distribute books. I mean, not books in terms of Lakshmi. So they will be closer to 1,000 books. What they will be doing it in a day. Continuously 10 days they're doing it. What they would ask is go and ask for donation. They'll give 500, whatever they pull out, and they give one Bhagavad Gita. Thank you very much. He might have, and he might give it to other people. So one thing is you go and first front showing books and say asking for money, that will not work. Talk to them, greet them, said give donation, good cause, they'll give, take it, give the Bhagavad Gita and come back. That works. And all those questions, time I have already, all those things will not come. You might have, do you have any other option? Give them, he will happily go because he's already ready to give the Lakshmi. Take it. So that's why I
Hare
said
Krishna.
this is very difficult to digest, but I need another session for it.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, can we distribute back to Godhead magazines also, Prabhuji?
Of course, you have to. This is Srila Prabhupada, Back to Godhead magazine. He has given his life. He's given his. Prabhupada distributed Back to Godhead alone, and he would die out of a sunstroke. People, he will fall on the street. Prabhupada is saying BTG is very closer to him. Prabhu, I'm in a Bhagavatam class. Can I call you in 5-10 minutes? Yeah. Of course,
Prabhuji, you said
why
sorry.
BTG is not Prabhupada books? In BTG, what is there? Only Prabhupada article is there. Prabhupada, of course, they'll take one session from Bhagavatam, they'll write it. Then other devotees would write their some other topics, but definitely there will be one Prabhupada lecture will be there in Back to Godhead magazine. And that is dear to Srila Prabhupada. We should support that legacy. And Prabhupada has given life for the BTG. If you read Srila Prabhupada Leelamrita, you would know. Then you will not ask this question. BTG is very closer. You should do it.
Hare Krishna. I have never heard Prabhuji distributing BTG, Prabhuji, so that's why I asked. Hare
Yes,
Krishna. Thank you.
Prabhu.
I have
Why
few
why you
copies.
should not distribute BTG? Who said you should not distribute BTG? You should
From
keep
where we get
always see
BTG,
always
Prabhu?
you subscription. See, international subscription is there. You subscribe every year, you get it. Kannada, you want it. Madras Shyam Prabhu in our temple, he's been printing it. Since nobody is supporting it, he's also running thin. At least you should more BTG should give. Prabhupada will be more happy. And BTG books, you tell me, I'll send you. See, everything you ask me, I'll work with Achitya Gopinath Prabhu, Achintya Gopinath Prabhu. Then I can send you. I'm promising now. If you want to do book distribution, I will send you free of cost. You distribute and send the money back. I'm not worried about it. Krishna will give Lakshmi. I'm ready to invest 1 lakh. I'll send you wherever whoever box wanted. I'll send the box, whatever books you want. Distribute it. If you don't distribute it, return it back. I don't have any problem. There is no loss. What I need to do is your commitment, Shraddha, that you commit that 15th to next 15th of January 15th. I'll go out and at least I will try my best. If it is not going, return it back. I'll take it. What is your loss?
How can we take the subscription, Prabhuji, of that? Kannada in Kannada?
Of course, you can take it. It is 2 months once it comes. Bhagavanta Marale Nadige. Our temple, ICC temple, has that book. It goes all over the India. We send through postal. Every 2 years, 2 months once that issue subscription comes. During this, especially Vaikuntha Ekadasi time, Prabhu makes sure that he prints thousands of quantities, because we, along with books, Bhagavad Gita, we take BTG also and send it. And most of the time, I love to sell BTGs, and I just generally do it minimum 200 or 300 books. And subscription also I get. It's better to get the subscription. I think it is 150 or less than 200, but 6 copies will come 2 months once. I don't have the latest subscription details, but yeah, Kannada. English also, everybody should, devotee should get it, subscribe it, and they should have BTG. That's how the BTG would thrive, and it is Prabhupada legacy. Everybody should continue that reading BTG. You ask for it,
Mataji, can I ask one more question or is someone else?
Yeah, Mataji. Quickly, you can ask. Yes.
Mata, Prabhuji, if we are giving Prabhupada's book, the small books, which is the best book to start with? Prabhuji, I'm talking about like teenagers, like in colleges, if I'm giving, like Beyond Birth and Death, Easy Journey to Other Planets, or which is the
Science of
best book? Like
self-realization.
people who have
Science
no
of
background to.
self-realization. Science of self-realization.
Okay, thank you, Prabhuji.
Of course, any book is a time bomb. Any book will transform, but generally the students would love to read Science of Self-Realization. Because this has a conversation with a lot of scientific people, and they ask, scientists ask questions. So that way they're induced academically, they will be able to relate. So Science of Self-Realization is the best bet. And law of other book is Life Comes from Life. They might have some Darwins and things like that. So they generally used to it. They've been harassed by Darwin theory and things like that. So I've been getting constant calls. I don't know. Okay, yeah. Yeah, next question. Hare Krishna.
If there's no question, then we can end the class. We can see Prabhu is very busy. Prabhu is taking charge of book distribution from ICC Temple. So all of you can see that now Prabhu is very busy in calls.
Yeah, see,
As
another thing
times.
is that I will quickly show you. I don't want to deprive you of you that slide, even though I want to do it a little later. But this technique, unless you are all commit that you're going to distribute books, I will not reveal that. Do you want me to tell the technique quickly? Unless you're going to take books and distribute. Coordinate with Mataji, send a text message to her wherever you want. I'll send the books, distribute it. 1 month, you return it back if you don't want. That's okay, but you need to commit. Without commitment, this does not work. So there are various distribution methods, various ways it works. As you asked Mataji, Prabhu's see, there are different levels of distribution as well. Like for example, there could be a wholesale vendor, there could be a retail vendor, like that. Somebody who can go door to door, one-on-one. Somebody who can help the other in small centers, Bhakti Vrishas group to distribute, different center like ICF and things like that. There are various levels of distribution. You can't apply one strategy to across all, but there are common principles, common laws, 3 laws which you can apply, whoever it is. One is strong sadhana. Sadhana includes your chanting and reading. If you are not reading Srila Prabhupada, you will not be able to convince anyone. If you go to mobile shop, you will not know about ABCD about mobile. If we will be able to sell anything, but you will say some feature, you will pull that and show this feature which we will not use it, but we will still buy and come. Then we will realize, my God, I don't need this feature. I just need phone for calling. But why did I buy another 10,000 extra? Because he knows the product in and out. He would say that magic, this magic. Finally, you wouldn't know. You will never used it in your life. I'm telling you, in this mobile, whatever 10% of feature, I wouldn't have used it. But I paid extra because thinking that it's the best product and come. But he's able to do why? Is understood the manual, but we understood Bhagavad Gita manual, then we will be able to convince. If you don't read Srila Prabhupada regularly, your sadhana is not good, you will not be able to distribute books. Law number 2, stock the books. Keep keep books at your place. Why I said even though I am ready to invest 1 lakh, keep your books. Unless you have books, you will not endeavor to distribute books. I keep in my car displaying it just like that. It is there in the dashboard. Somebody in the BBMP worker he came in my house that always their blockage is the drainage. If they come and just put the hose and they clean it up and go. And he saw through the car. He said he knocked my door. I was inside. I'm not even standing outside. They'll come and go because I'll be always office work. Is it your car? He knows that it's my car. Yeah, I said I was looking for Bhagavad Gita for so many days. Can I have one copy? That was on Ekadashi day. What else I need? You just keep it. Yesterday there was another pump cleaner. I kept a lot of books. One displayed, not a cotton box. You should not keep it in the cotton box, but keep it like open, one or two. Then there is cleaning, some cleaning boys. They were talking Gita Gita. I was here overheard and inside the house. Then I said, no, no, we will take it later, but we at least the people see they're talking about Gita, they're thinking about Gita. It will happen. The more stock you have, the more books will go. If you don't keep a stock, books will not go. If zero books, I will take order and do it. That will never happen. Law number 2. Law number 3. The more you show, the more you sell. The more you display, you hand over first to the other person. Let him feel it. Let him take it. The person who took Bhagavad Gita, at least for seeing, the probability of buying is more. If you keep it yourself and you keep on talking, explaining, the chances of you getting the book is very, very less. In summaries like that. And don't ask for the fee, don't money, we are not selling. You tell them we are asking for donation for good purpose. It's also good for your spiritual growth. And also we do a lot of activities in the temple, food for life and other things. Your donation will be helpful. Please take this book. Ask for donation, give the book. Don't tell the price. If they give very less, ask them for printing charges. I need to cover a little bit more. Can you give another 50, 100 rupees more? Sometimes they don't give. You said you're not selling, you're angry. Give it to them. Somebody will give extra 100. Don't worry, Krishna will manage. And its books are already sold. You're not doing anything. Prabhupada is already sold, Krishna is already sold. Whether you want to be an instrument or not, that is the only question. If you want to be an instrument, books will go. Is because your skill set, because you know the knowledge, because you've been doing it for many years, because you know Bhagavad Gita in and out, books will not go. Period. You are making an endeavor. Krishna will see what is your endeavor. Even without speaking, you can distribute books. There are many people in the history, they distribute volumes of book, they don't even speak a single word. They ask for donation because of the purity. They just show the book. They take the book and give the book. Period. The entire transaction should happen within 3 minutes max. Even beyond which 3 minutes is happening, they will not buy. Entire deal you can do it in 3 minutes, including introduction. First, don't push the book. Greet them, meet them, say, wave your hands or hand fold them or greet them, ask their name, where are they from, what are they doing. Then talk about the merits of the book. Then ask for some donation. Please give me some donation. This you can take it. Then they'll happily give donation. If they don't want book, keep the money and distribute to others. Somebody's asking less, give them book. Don't worry. Sometime the money will be adjusted. Krishna will send somebody will give 500. He'll say, I don't want book. You distribute. Like that, it will happen. It will invariably it will match. Don't fix 300 rupees and he'll bargain. Oh, that temple was giving 200. Why are you keeping 200? Oh, this book is I can you give some discount? It's Indian typical mentality. When you address it saying give some donation, everything is lost there. All these arguments.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, is there any book, Prabhuji, like that we can give to children, Prabhuji, like other than Narsimha, Lord Narsimha stories?
Nowadays,
That
kids are reading Bhagavatam also. Any book?
just we can ask the parents to buy for kids, Prabhuji, so that way. Hare
Don't
Krishna.
worry. See, don't worry about whatever book you have that you can give. It's Srila Prabhupada book. It's parents or kids, or it doesn't not matter. Bhagavad Gita is for all. If the kids cannot read, the parent has to read and tell them. What kids on its own you will read? Of course, you can read Bhagavad Gita. It's a universal book. There is no specific for kids and all. Of course, there are a lot of story forms which not Prabhupada written it. So my purpose is the transformation will happen when they read Srila Prabhupada books.
Prabhu, can we suggest Krishna book?
Yes, of course. You're absolutely right. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Thank
Krishna
you,
book is a
Prabhuji.
wonderful bet. Yes.
Prabhuji, sometimes parents say, no, Prabhuji, like my daughter's friends, mothers, when I approach them, they say, I already have the Bhagavad Gita. So that time I said, you can ask your, this is Bhagavad Gita as it is, I said, Prabhuji. Even then they said, this only I have not completed. After completing this, I will take.
Yeah,
So
this
this is how
all will
things.
happen. If you don't strike a conversation, you start giving books. First, you strike a conversation, greet them, tell them, then few points you have to give the books in hand. They will hold it in hand. Then you take it back, then open it, cover book. See, that's what I said. This session, right? I will not be able to cover it. How to show them, what to tell. Then they will not, all these questions will not come. Even though they have, they will have it. That's why I said, even though they have books, they will have it. They will buy, they will take
Yes.
it away.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Once again, thank you very much, Prabhu. This
My
was
thanks can be returned only if you take distribute books. Otherwise, I don't take verbal thanks.
Hare.
Hare
Yeah,
Krishna, Prabhuji.
definitely.
If we want the book, Prabhuji, like how can we take, Prabhuji?
Coordinate
Like
with
all the combined.
Narayani Mataji. Give all your list. I'll tell her what needs to be done. She will be the coordinator. Mataji, if it's
Yes,
okay with you.
Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Definitely, Prabhu. Definitely. Yes. So thanks to all the participants. Thank you, Prabhu. Vancha kalpitarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyeva cha. Jai Gaur Premanande.
Thank you, Hari.
Shall I end the session, Prabhu? Prabhu went. Okay.